So, last session in the adventures of Eric the Catman Ranger is what he is.
Catman.
He was dealing with some of the corpse flowers that have been popping up around the city of Sagittae that have been laid by an Eldrin zombie higher up that's been being called the Putrid One. Having found a couple of them, the plants, before they had fully budded and were able to deal with them by some of the other members of his brigade, found out later that one of the ones that Eric himself had found didn't deal with the undead zombie that was left in its wake that unfortunately found its way to a small child. Now, having dealt with that, they are back in the office of the leader of their army, Karlika. So, you guys are sitting in her office that you were last time we did this session, and she's just looking at you, glaring daggers at you, Eric.
Eric just looks at her. What do you want me to say? I did what I thought was right.
As she starts kind of doing it in her kind of sign language, kind of fast, like she's angry. You didn't bother to check that the corpse it was on was a zombie.
Eric's just like, listen, it's hard to tell when a corpse flower is engaged with a zombie. I don't know what parts are created undead from the flower or if it was previously undead. How am I supposed to know that? It didn't immediately move when I removed the flower.
She pauses for a second.
If it would have moved or showed signs of, I was going to say life, but unlife, I would have done something, but it didn't. So I figured I remedied the issue. I didn't know how long that thing was out there, how long it had been rotted out there with the corpse flower.
Starts signing back. Well, have you found any leads on any other possible locations of them?
We found the one that was also, that was with, Ajax, if I remember correctly, right? Over at the farm?
Ajax nods.
As for an origin, necromancer of some sort, probably, maybe using caves or the forest or something. I don't know. We couldn't find anything.
Someone did. I can't. This is above game. I can't remember who found it. I probably should have rewatched the last video. Who did the one in the church that found the person that was floating down the river?
Not me.
I know. I remember Ajax did win a charge. That's in my notes.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it was you, Surveyor, that found the person in the church that said like down the river.
Oh yeah, yep. Just found a note. Yeah, another attackee was found near the river. I caught a fishing spot. Woke up screaming about a river, and a corpse looked at him. Southwest of the city. So Ajax will mention that. Says my notes are not fully fleshed for that session.
Okay. Hugo starts signing. I will deal with the mother and getting this situation as remedied as best we can. What's in the past is in the past. At this point, nothing we can do to fix that or change that. For now, I want you three to go investigate the river, find the flower, and deal with it. Anything that looks like reasonably be a corpse or a zombie, make sure it's dealt with.
Understood.
If it's not, we'll have to say that it was some wild animals that maybe mangled the body. If that's what it takes.
Hmm.
Understood.
She gets up, salutes, and like points. Get going.
Oh, there. Yep, there's the your excuse. So Ajax will split. Oh no, that could have gone worse.
We should follow him out.
Give me an insight check, both Cassian and Ajax.
Oh boy. An inside fact.
8. Go press my little 8 button. That's right. I didn't put anything
Well,
inside this character.
Yeah, you could. Ajax, you don't know her that well. She just seemed mad. You couldn't tell because of what happened with the kid. Cassian, you could tell that was more aimed at Eric than anyone else because it was, kind of his fault, not yours.
Hmm.
Eric, you could just tell that because you knew her. She was maddest at you.
He'll just kind of shrug once she leaves and just be like, well, I could have done anything about it. I asked about the corpse flowers. I'm not super familiar with it. I'm not a druid. Nor am I a necromancer for that matter.
I don't even know any necromancers, do you?
And said what?
Eric just looks. I mean, I've seen one. Was he killed or? It kind of looks. I was there at the incident a few months back. So yeah, I'm familiar with corpses, but it's like you're dealing with a parasitic plant that rots things from the inside, so it's kind of hard to tell.
That is fair.
Okay, Cassian and Ajax, give me a history check here again, quick.
History. I'm not good at history. Does this have anything to do with fiends, fae, or the undead?
Kind of has to do with the undead.
I just wanted to check because Beyond 20s taught me you have advantage on anything to recall information on fiends, fae, or the undead.
Okay, yeah, then you have advantage.
Just undead. Would religion help?
No, this
That
is
is
something
a
to do with
23.
literally do with history that just happened recently,
Oh, okay.
based off what
Oh.
what Wimpy just said.
I
Oh,
think
hey,
my
funny.
I think my sanguine I think my sanguine die just did a little sound effect for me, and when I got that nat 20.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so Ajax, you remember the incident that Eric was involved in a few months ago that involved a bunch of undead attacking the one city of Arcturus, as well as trying to advance on the capital before the Emperor, from what you have been told, killed the lead necromancer in the attack.
Yeah, I thought.
Cassian, when the way that Eric described that when he said that was he wasn't sure that the necromancer was dead or not. Is he talking about a lich? You're pretty sure he might be talking about a lich now. There's never anything mentioned about a lich with that attack.
Hmm. No. Which attack was this that they were referring to again with the?
Yeah, you weren't around when that happened to the player either. Basically, a couple months ago, the Namek Lich tried to attack the city with a big party of undead, and then the Emperor and Silel kind of thwarted that, as well as the other group kind of held off like the initial assault in the city.
As I recall, I think there was attacks all throughout the Empire, just like random, like attacks
Yeah.
of monsters.
The one that Eric was involved in was the one I mentioned.
Yeah, because he was there like tourists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's kind of applauded as a local hero for that before he came here to help with the ramification of this situation, which involved the Fae. And this particular undead you're hunting.
Cool. Good to know.
So, what's your guys' plan?
Well, we better get over to the river as
Yeah,
As
were
the
we
CEO
told to go to
said.
the river?
Yep.
Okay, you guys just happen to know where the closest part to the river is in town. About half-hour walk. Everyone give me perception checks as you're walking.
Perception for life.
Let's get that perception. 14.
Talking about perception. I'm not seeing shit. I'm on 14. I'm on 14? Ah.
Yeah,
you
pretty
ruined the
much
streak.
Ajax and Cassian. You see the city going about its daily business as normal. Although people seem to be a little somber right now. Eric, you're catching people just every now and then just giving you the stink eye.
It's public knowledge.
Like words getting around about the kid that died, and they're kind of knowing it has something to do with you.
Eric's just gonna, as more and more people just stare at him, he's just like, yeah, blame the guy who's just new in town instead of all the people that live here, who live with near a necromancer that let all the corpse flowers grow. Yeah, how about they look in the mirror?
I don't think you're helping.
You're
he's
not
getting-
new here, Wimpy. You've been here before.
So he's getting a big stink eye from everyone while while Cassian and Ajax are just pretty much walking down the road. There goes the baker with his tray like always. The same old bread and rolls to sell.
I don't remember if that song goes. There must
Morning,
be
just
more.
the same, just the morning that we came to this poor provincial town. Good morning, Belle.
You're just, hey, look, bread. Don't.
We're just seeing the casual day by day, just daily shit going on.
Oh, I'm all for this.
Yeah, a lot of the people that seem to be giving you the bad look are a couple of moms that look like they got younger kids. But you arrive at the river. You see a couple people in there fishing in it right now. Afternoon, gentlemen. How you doing today?
Afternoon, civilian.
Yes, you're one of the units in the army here. I'm forgetting which brigade you are technically, because my decisions for stuff. Yeah, the Sagittarius Brigade, huh? Looking for something out here.
Oh, well, I'm more of a freelancer myself, but at the same time, you haven't happened to have seen anything unusual floating in the river, have you? Anything of the corpse variety?
Well, close to it a couple a while ago, some guy came floating down the river, and I managed to fish him out and bring him back to the temple.
Have you seen any others since the one, or just the one?
Nothing unusual, just fishing hasn't been good the last few days.
Oh, that's nothing too surprising. It wouldn't be too much of a stretch to believe that strange magics would affect the wildlife of the area, whether it be the necrotic variety or whether it be the fey trickery
Is this guy
going
hiding
on.
something?
Nah, he's just a simple fisherman.
Cassian, Cassian says being a fey folk himself. Yeah, it could be this. Could be the necromantic stuff. It could be fey BS.
Yeah, pretty close to that main area to the Feywild from here, so a lot of Fey stuff does tend to happen. Anyways, were you looking for something around here? Usually don't get many of you people on duty around here.
Ajax will ask about. We give it. Let's say by anything strange. Was there a man who was also fishing here? Gives him the description from back from the church. Said he
Yeah, you mean the man I brought to the church because he was almost drowning?
yes. Do you remember where you found him, roughly?
Yeah, he basically points out he was just floating from upstream. As he points upstream.
All right.
Well, we have two avenues of search. We can either go to the temple and see if we can find more information there, or since he floated down from upstream, we can always follow the river northward and see if we can find anything further upstream.
The man I spoke with was screaming, who was mostly catatonic at this point. So he asking for information isn't going to be a likely scenario. I mean, he basically wakes up, starts screaming about the events, and goes, "It has to be sedate."
That's unfortunate.
So probably the river is our best bet.
Okay, so what's your plan?
They just plans to go upriver and fall and see if they encounter anything.
Okay.
Yes, so it's one of the best avenues of choice we have if the person is just a mess of screaming and being catatonic.
Can I do a search around the area to see if I find anything that I can track this person with?
Sure. Give me a survival check.
I had advantage because we're in the woods.
Yep.
14.
And unfortunately, if anything is, it's been long washed further down the river. But you know which way he came from, so you got that at least.
Actually, Eric's gonna do something else.
Okay.
He's got this, and I use a spell slot for 1 minute per that I expend. So this is going to be for 6 miles. I'm able to sense anything that is a favorite enemy, which for me is Fae, dragons, anything like that. He's going to see if there's anything in the immediate vicinity along the river using primeval awareness.
Okay, so just at the edge, you said you can sense Fae, right?
I'm sorry. No. I can. I'm sorry. I misread that. I have it up to 6 miles of my favorite terrain, and I can sense aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
You don't sense any undead. Well, no, let me rephrase that because this person is technically undead. Then she's not Fae anymore. You feel something, just like it's there, and then it's like all of a sudden a few more feet away, then a few more feet further from you, and then it's out of range.
Is it coming? Does it feel like it's coming from upriver?
Definitely coming from upriver.
Okay. I have that up for 1 minute per spell slot used. Excuse me, sorry. So, we're not hindered because of, I think it's because of my Wanderer effect. I have this as well as my background. And I think because of my Ranger class, mine and my party don't have issues with difficult terrain here. So once Eric feels that, he's gonna look at you guys. He's gonna look back to his allies, Ajax and Cassian, and he's gonna be like, "You might have a hard time keeping up, but I just sense some undead up the river. I'm gonna follow it as far as I can," and he's gonna do that.
Oh, by the way, keep this in mind. Because, yeah, he's going to Agent's going to follow you as best he can. Then speed is needed.
Okay. Ajax and Cassian, give me an athletics check.
Eric's gonna try and get ahead of this thing and scout it versus trying to catch up to it. So he's gonna try and figure out the path that it's gonna be walking and get ahead to it. So,
Okay.
and that's what the Wanderer feat will help me with, or a Wanderer trait with the background.
So Cassian, trying to keep up with Ajax and Eric, you're kind of tripping over your feet and not getting very good pacing on him, and he's starting to get further and further ahead of you as he's going down the river.
I don't have. Hold on, let me see if there's anything I can mark stuff with. Ooh, I could do. As Eric is leaving, he pulls out a coin and he says, "Follow the yellow brick road." And he's going to leave a gold piece every 500 feet of movement that he does.
So what are we following again? My brain is shutting down on me.
We're following the gold coin, the gold breadcrumbs that Eric's leaving behind.
Because he sensed an undead that's
Oh,
moving very fast.
Oh, moving very fast away from us?
Yes.
Yeah, he sensed a target that's undead, so...
Let me just double
That's
check
from
what
the
those
river.
flowers actually count as. They just called a plant, so. That would not affect primeval awareness. So. Anyway, so as Eric, you're going to get considerably ahead of the other people.
Okay. I am subtracting the gold pieces out of my inventory. I did the math to make sure it was the proper amount. So that'll be every 500 feet, and he'll turn. Describe a gold piece for me. What it looks like, heads and tails.
So the heads of it would be the picture of one of the older emperors. You're not sure which one it is, but he was one of the Edmund Copernicuses. You forget which number he was.
I'm assuming that's a profile image of him, right?
Profile image, like U.S. coins are.
He's putting each coin down heads up with the face turning the direction he moved in.
And just for reference, the back would be
Dragon,
what would I have the
like
back
Silo?
be? No, it would be different constellations. It kind of varies from coin to coin.
Is it different brigades?
Yeah, for each year so they can determine which year it's made. It switches to the constellations on a different brigade.
And hopefully Cassian is picking up the gold pieces as he's walking by.
I can.
I'm not using that much money for it. It's only 64 gold pieces, but it's 64 gold pieces. We don't want to leave a trail.
So yeah, it's been over a minute, and you still haven't gotten the undead hasn't come back into your range before the spell wears off.
Even moving at my pace?
Yes.
With that, because Eric moving, that's double speed, so that's 60. And hold on. Let me see if that pulls it. That works. Even if you're engaged in the activity you are traveling now, you can. Would you say I'm tracking this creature?
Sure, because you kind of are.
Okay, well, tracking other creatures, you also learn their exact number, their sizes, and how long they pass through the area.
So they are medium, humanoid-sized.
Humanoid-sized.
You only sensed one before it got out of range. And what was the other thing it says?
That's how long ago. If they pass through where he's running through, I know how long it's been since they passed through it.
Every now and then you'll come across a spot where it was here for like a few seconds, and then it didn't leave a path. It's like it teleported. Give me a survival check here.
Okay, I get an advantage. 13. Fuck me, Eric. Come on. Don't have.
Yeah, you seem to see
movement or trick.
An excess amount of leaves around places where that happens.
You're knocking it off. Makes sense.
Did you hear what I said, though, Wimpy?
Yeah, you said that there's more leaves around where it walked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to examine the leaves.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Okay.
Well, there you get something good when it's not as important. Technically, sort of. The leaves are, even though it's like spring, summer, these are like end of fall, beginning of winter leaves, are like that putrid brown, black color, like they're starting to rot.
Sorry, I'm doing math in my head with the distance that I can run. Okay, so that's 600 feet per minute. That will take me. That will take me about long to get. Okay, 600 feet per minute. That's about a mile every 8 minutes. It's six. That'll take nearly an hour to get to where it was at. Eric's gonna stop after his primeval awareness wears off. He's gonna look in the direction that he sensed it. And he's gonna head towards that direction, but he's gonna let everybody else catch up. Seeing as though he's not making any progress of catching up to it.
Okay, so after about 3 minutes, you see Cassian and Ajax catch up. You have been picking up the coins, right, Ajax?
I've been in the back, so I'd be picking them up.
Okay.
And after 1 minute, I would have only put down one, so...
Okay, so you've picked up the one coin.
Yeah, since my speed would have been 60 feet for 1 minute, that's 600. I was putting them down every 500 feet. So, Eric will look at them. Lost trail. I'm gonna go ahead to where I sensed them. I'll be normal walking there. If I can't catch them going as fast as I can through these forests, there's probably nothing short of maybe a druid using tree teleportation magics to get to them.
I mean, given what we know about the target, how do we know they're not using that already?
It's extremely possible, since it seems as though they're humanoid-sized, medium. Only one of them.
Do we know what it is?
Probably some sort of necromancer. It's
If it's
undead.
If it's some kind of undead, I can help you track it. I'm rather adept and skilled at tracking undead creatures.
Everything that I'm tracking from it now is any evidence that it leaves. It's just there for seconds and then it goes away. So we need to head to where I felt them at, seeing as though it seemed like they were moving more slowly at that point, and see if there was anything interesting around there.
Eric, give me... What would be a good one for this? Arcana check.
To everyone or to...
Everyone can, I guess. When you upon the word tree teleportation.
Tree teleportation. Okay. And it has nothing to do with Fey, Fiends, or Undead, right?
It has to do with Fae.
Oh, then I would have advantage on that. Yeah, it's just every time I click on one of these, the D&D Beyond asks me, is it related to one of these things? 22.
I got 20.
Well, Eric, you remember that the Fae, the Fall or Autumn Fairy Queen asked you to track the bodies of one of her court's main people. So this, maybe it's that person has been risen as an undead. Both Ajax and Cassian, you know, if this is a Eladrin, they can teleport.
And Cassian knows things because he's a Fey creature.
He just don't look at Cassian like a ladron.
Would make sense. Eladrins fit the profile of what we're chasing. They're not all too common, but it fits.
And they have teleportation abilities.
Yeah. Makes sense why it's been hard to track down.
Although usually with teleportation there is a limit. Usually. This doesn't explain how she's able to move so rapidly so often without like any kind of rest.
Mm-hmm.
And he will. There's big like quotation marks around rest, considering this is we're dealing with undead.
Rest or lack thereof.
Yep.
What we need to do is put them back to their eternal rest.
Okay. Can I use your finger gun? But yeah, we probably want, like I said, get back to tracking this thing. Let's see. Ambush is not going to be an option considering we're dealing with a creature that can teleport. So we gotta find them when they're possibly out of it and need to lie low.
Eric will look at Ajax and be like, "It's an undead. When do they need to do that?"
That's again, like I said, yes, we're dealing with undead, but we're also, like I said, but there's still, as far as I know, limits on those sort of powers. So it still need to recharge somehow.
Yes, and that's why we need to last known location, examine the area. If we can find any trace of arcane use, any sort of evidence of where it moved, that would be better.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Just gonna keep making your way up the river then, slowly?
Pretty much, yeah. And keep an eye out for anything weird or undeadish.
Okay. Everyone give me perception checks.
Advantage.
Advantage, advantage, advantage.
Good thing for that advantage.
Funny.
Good thing you had that advantage, yeah. And I have regular perception.
All my wisdom rolls have been crap. All my intelligent rolls have been good.
Yeah, Cassian, this is sure a river in the forest. Every now and then you see a fish jumping out of it, but nothing really big catches your eye.
You've seen one river, you've seen them all.
Ajax and Eric, every, I'd say about 100 feet, you see another pile of those rotting, like, on the ground for a while, piles of leaves.
Do they seem like they're going in a consistent direction?
Yes, pretty much the same direction you kind of felt the teleporting undead going.
How close are we to the edge of this forest?
Kind of guy you are.
Miles. A couple days walk, if the way you're going.
Kind of guy you are.
Yeah, the city itself is like a day into the forest. It's at kind of the heart of the forest.
So if we were to straight line this path, which is what it's doing, right? It's going in a straight line.
The river does bend here and there, and the piles of leaves are consistent with it following the river, basically.
Okay.
Every now and then you see one on the other side of the river, because that's maybe the convenient place for it to be. But yeah, it's basically following the river.
Okay. I'd have more options if I were a druid, but I don't. Where does this river come into the forest at?
There is some kind of mountains to the north. This is eventually going to come down from that mountain.
Okay.
Until it goes all the way down to the sea at the south.
I'm more concerned about where it's, because we're going up the river. I'm more concerned about where this comes into the forest, because we're never going to catch it if it is teleporting 100 feet every 6 seconds. It'll be next to impossible to catch it, unless we could predict where it was going next. And the best place for us to predict where this is going next is where the forest ends, because then it could either go left or right. And then it's a coin flip. So Eric's just trying to think of the best way to approach this, because this seems like this is going to be something that is going to take more than the day to do. So yeah, the best option is for us to get to where Eric sensed him, examine the area, and then figure out if we find anything, figure out what to do next.
Okay.
I don't have any better ideas.
Neither do I.
Okay, so yeah, after about a couple hours, you get to about the 6-mile mark where you last sensed it, and you see another pile of leaves.
Eric looks ahead. This thing is teleporting about 100 feet every time, right?
About, yeah.
Eric looks 100 feet ahead in that straight line.
Like following the river.
Yep.
Well,
Does he
you kind of
see
can't, because it
more?
does kind of like a 90-degree turn, so it's kind of going a little
Eric
more
would
to the
go,
left.
That makes sense why it stayed in my range and then walked out. Okay. And his primary evil awareness, it felt like looking in the direction of that straight line, it went left.
From what you can tell, it probably followed the river more, yeah.
Okay. He's gonna examine the area just as thoroughly as possible within 100 feet of
Okay.
this leaf pile where he sensed it.
Give me an investigation check.
$22.
Yeah, you get the stench of rotting leaves in this area. It seems to be getting a little more pronounced here. You can see kind of more to the northeast where the river turns, because probably where this thing's going, because the smell seems to be coming from there.
These leaves, are they from the same type of tree or bush or plant?
There's a bunch of different trees and plants in this forest. You can see it's just amalgamation of all of them.
Okay, so they're not finding a specific plant to follow, they're just following the river.
Mm-hmm.
And these look freshly rotted, like within the last few hours rotted?
Unnaturally rotted, yes.
And there's no evidence of corpse flower activity in this area.
Give me a perception check.
Recent or otherwise.
Everyone give me a perception check, honestly.
Eight.
Perception. 14.
Yeah, it's Ajax, nothing seems off here. You just smell the forest. It rained not too long ago, so you can smell the petrichor from that. Cassian, something smells off here. You can't place what it is. Eric, now that you get a little sniff of this area, coming from the river, you can, from upstream, you smell that unmistakable scent of death. You're getting
Approximately
close.
Okay. Approximately how far?
About another mile, you'd say. Because the river is helping carry this scent down.
Okay, you said the river bends. How does the river bend around? Is it just one turn and then it just goes straight, or is it like left, then up, and then right, and then a little bit more right, and then left? Is it weaving, or is
Yeah,
it...
it's weaving.
Okay. Eric's just gonna he's familiar with the river in this area, right?
Yeah, you've probably been here before at one point in your life.
He's gonna crow flies it and go right for a mile up the river without following the river, because that probably takes less time.
Hmm.
Yep, at one point, if you just go straight, you said you're gonna go, right?
He's basically crow flying, lining the 1 mile up the river. To the best of his math ability, this thing is transporting itself 100 feet every 6 seconds, following the river. What's that equal to the distance and point that I have to run to make it equal to that?
Okay. Are you gonna have the other two follow you?
Hopefully they follow and keep up.
Okay.
They're not stifled by difficult terrain, so there's no reason why they shouldn't be able to.
Okay, so you're gonna tell them that?
Yep, he's just gonna be like, we're gonna go as the crow flies. I'm tired of following the river. It makes more sense to, if this thing's following the river, we're just gonna go ahead and just straight line it to where I think the origin of the smell is coming from.
Okay, so
I see.
Cassian and Ajax, give me a athletics check to keep up.
He's not sprinting. He's just walking there. At this point,
Okay.
Eric's resigned to not catching up to this thing because there's no way he could.
I thought you said you were running, so I must have misheard
No,
you.
he's doing the normal, just regular march there. So
Okay, so never mind.
And again, because of the horrible agony, we are a little bit faster.
yeah,
Yeah, anybody within 5 feet of me just gets plus 10 movement feet. Ugh. That came out awkward. But he's going. Ajax is going to draw his maul just to be prepared because feels like we're going into a fight.
and when we get 200 feet, when we approach 200 feet away from that point up the river, Eric's gonna find a place along the river to kind of scope out ahead and climb a tree and look ahead.
Okay, so yeah, you get to a point where you're not quite fully up the river, but like it basically did a giant straight swerve where you thought you were going. You meet like you come almost perpendicular to the river, but it's about 200 feet where you think a mile would be from where you were initially.
And he's gonna
Give me a
climb up
perception
the
check, everyone.
Perception check?
Yep.
23. Okay, now my rolls are going. Thank you.
18.
Sabotage and 18.
So yeah, Cassian, you definitely noticed the smell this time. It's getting really close. Even you do, Ajax. You're really close to something horrid smelling. Yeah. Eric, you're definitely close to it. If you get up to a tree, you could probably catch where this is set in right now.
He's gonna try and find it first.
So you're gonna climb
So
a tree
he's-
to look?
Yep, he's the reason why he picked 200 feet is it's like he's not going backwards, and that'll be far enough for me to see because I can shoot an arrow from that distance. And he's just gonna kind of follow 100 feet to just get a near pinpoint location for him.
Okay, so yeah, give me an acrobatics check to climb up a tree with advantage.
I do have climbing speed, so be a cat. So
Okay. I forgot about that, so yeah, never mind. You just climb up the tree.
yeah,
Oh, no,
Actually,
but the
roll it
cascade
just
took
in
the tree.
case. just in case.
You said acrobatics?
Yep.
Or could it be athletics too?
Whatever. I don't care.
Okay.
Cat's
I mean,
getting stuck
I
in the
got
tree.
better athletics.
Cat got stuck in the tree.
I just want to say, if you did get a double nat 1, something would have happened, but you didn't, so. You make it up the tree with no issues.
There's a reason why I chose to have a climbing speed so I don't have to roll any of the rolls to climb up the tree, okay?
As you're going up this tree, you notice, if you would have climbed up in a hurry, there was a couple bad branches you would have maybe stepped on, but okay, don't step on that branch. Let's keep going.
Alright, that's fine. So yeah, he's just gonna calculate, okay, that would be the 200, that would be the 100, that would be ground zero tree. If he's around, would be there.
Okay, yep, give me another perception check.
Okay. That's an extra 20.
Yeah, so a few across the river on the other side, you see an undulating flower, fully grown. And perched in one of the trees, you see the form of a humanoid form looking at it with intent, kind of smiling, just covered in like black leaves.
Eric's gonna slide down the tree. I have devised a plan, and I don't know if I want to do it or not. Because it might be genius.
Might be genius.
Yes! Because if you remember what happened last time, I have a bouquet of corpse flower. Do those still smell?
Yes.
Good. Because Eric... Okay, this actually might be okay.
You're not that close to it. I'm just getting the, says you know where things are.
Mm-hmm. I think Eric's gonna climb down the tree. Look at him. Look at Ajax and Cassian. Be like, do you think the humanoid is sentient?
I have to assume so.
It'd be better to assume it is and find out it isn't than assume the opposite.
Eric just kind of like lifts up his arms and just kind of looks at himself. Well, I smell of corpse flower. Do you think he'd take me as a friendly if I smelled like one of them?
He just strokes his chin. They might depend. Like I said, we don't know what kind of sense yet, but I don't think we have a better plan.
I mean, the other plan is violence. He does have one of the flowers with him. But if this thing is amenable to talk and compromise and figuring out a place that, you know, he can do his business and be allowed to do his business and we can learn from it, I think that's better than, you know, just outright killing him.
Question. What if the target's not amenable?
I mean, murder. Well, in this case, it wouldn't be murder. We'd be defending ourselves. We have reason to believe that he's the one planting the corpse flower, or at least has some relations to them. So, you know, if he decides that, you know, we're a threat, we'll make ourselves a threat.
So since you can move faster than any of us, you want to try and see if you can at least get to point to talk to him while we get into position. So in case this does go the other way, we're ready to jump in immediately.
I mean, yeah, don't worry too much about me. I'll be good.
See. HX checks his kit. So still got potions from the explorer's pack, and we also have potions four potions of holy water.
Eric kind of looks at himself and he does this to himself. Now, I'm assuming bark skin makes it look like I have pieces of bark on myself, right?
Bark-like appearance.
Eric's like, I think this will help. I'll smell like one. I'll look like one in part. Yeah, Eric just kind of, you think that's our best option, just to see if we can try and reason with it and go from there, or do we just jump them, end the problem, and go from there?
You're referring to both the humanoid and the thing.
Yes.
Well, considering that there's creatures have already caused harm to the city, I'm more on the just jump in and deal with the situation. But I'll follow your call.
Well,
It's
Eric
basically
will
it's if he's outvoted, he will absolutely follow the plan all the way through. He's just saying, this is my vote. My vote's for violence.
Eric will look. Eric will look at Cassian. Well, you're the deciding vote. Is it violence or compromise that might lead to violence? Eric just kind of looks at Ajax. There's a good chance you'll get your violence regardless.
It's not about getting my violence. It's a matter of I think we're already past the point of talking.
It also probably is exhausted itself moving if it's not moving right now. So
Yeah.
and Eric just looks at him. If you say this thing is close to Fae or Elven, he starts speaking in Elvish. So,
Or he will reply. He'll start in Elven, but then he'll shift to another language. Or I could always, and then he shifts into Sylvan, speak with it like this. It is my native tongue, after all.
Eric will look at it. It'll be better if it's more with someone that looks more attuned with nature. No offense or anything. I'm just familiar with this forest. I kind of smell like a corpse flower at the moment. I look like I got tree bits on me. It'll be more believable coming from my mouth.
Very well, but I would insist on accompanying just in case you need a translator to understand what they're saying. If they decide not to, either decide not to or are incapable of speaking a language you're familiar with.
We'll know almost immediately, because if I approach him and he's aggressive or going to attack me, it's you guys attack. If he's sitting there and we can start off with something, you can approach a little bit later.
Fair enough.
Alright, so it seems like we're going with peace first and not violence.
Diplomacy in this case.
And when diplomacy fails, we go on with the aggressive negotiations.
Correct.
So Eric just kind of points to, like, this set of trees here. They just kind of stay around there, earshot. And I'll go from there.
Okay, so yeah, position yourself.
So hold on, let me see. I'm reading some stuff there. That's not important right now. Do I have that? Reading some. Where did I see? Okay, here it is.
Well, it doesn't really matter because it's not sun hasn't come down yet, so you still see clear as day.
Yeah, he's just gonna try and come out of the shadows. I know he would recognize that corpse flowers have blind sense, so he's gonna try and stay away from that as much as possible.
Okay, let me check what the range on that is.
Is a terrible stealth roll for me.
As you're moving up, the black figure jumps out of the tree. Oops, helps if I'm on the right thing. And lands down here. As you see it start saying something in Sylvan. Cassian, you understand this. I see someone has come. It is time to feast, my flower friend, and get you a new body for your arsenal. Let us find it.
Cassie better say it's violence. He chose violence.
Hold on. What is it is Eric. Eric! They're choosing violence!
All right.
Second,
Aegis has his thing ready and is going as they cast a spell to get immediately prepare for the battle ahead.
roll initiative.
But yeah, Bishop first.
Clickety clackety, it's time to attackity.
Woo!
I choose to roll that beautiful bean footage.
16 for me.
25.
Nice.
A wasted crit by rolling that beautiful bean footage.
Well, I mean, makes sense considering Kathy just heard like, oh, hey, they're choosing violence. Violence it is.
I did choose to roll the bean footage, so yeah, that would make sense for it to be perfection.
Well, so yeah, it's fitting.
What's the actual Corpse Flowers initiative? Why can I never find that when I need it? When I'm trying to figure it on the frickin' books. Okay, whatever. I know what it is. That just needs to change to that. So, Cassian, you are up.
I am up, got it. So, let me move the turn order out of the way. So the faceless thing is our target, right?
It is, yeah, that's, you see now that it's a female Eladrin that's covered in, like...
The flowers over here.
Yeah. That's covered in, like, black, decayed leaves. In fact, let me see something here quick. Roll me a wisdom save, I think. Let me just make sure you're within range of this. Where's the ruler?
50 feet away? Or 60?
Okay, never mind. You're out of the range of that, but, let me check the...
That touches there. I am 45 feet away from
Yeah,
the
and
flower.
the flower stinks, but you're now within a range of that thing's stink.
So you said the target is female.
Yes.
I'm gonna dash. Dashing, dancing, prancing, and vixen. Comet and keeping and dotted and bloodsing. I will basically shout to Eric as I head towards this enemy over here. I can do that. No, yeah. Yeah. I'm going to go here. Make them come to me a little bit. I will shout in Elven, take care of the plant. And then he'll switch into Sylvan for the last part. She's mine.
And as you're running by, Eric will go, keep her alive!
Up 1 and over 4 to the left. And that will be my turn because I had to dash to get over here.
Okay, Eric, you're up. You need to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay.
Uh,
And this plant is magical, right?
Plant?
Because I'm making the saving throw against the plant, right?
No, you're making it against the Eldrin.
Okay, that's fine. That's 22.
That is a pass, so you are just gonna mark you as this because it's
Okay, I got you.
It's just because this is a save that once you do once, you're good for
Yep. I was reading up on Eldrin's to see how, because I hadn't heard that before, so I
Yep.
was reading up on what they can do. I got you now.
Yeah, now that you've passed this, you're good for it for 24 hours, so.
Okay. So Eric has an extra 10 feet of movement on his turn, on the first turn of combat. How tall is this tree in front of him?
50 feet.
Okay, so he's going to use 15 feet of his move to climb up that tree. I'm assuming I can still see these guys out of this tree, right?
Yep.
Okay. With that, he's going to try and control the corpse flower. So he's going to take a shot at the corpse flower. So that's an 18 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay. So that's for 6 piercing. Now let me go ahead and pull up Dread Ambush here for you. Because I hit an attack that round, I can do a bonus extra attack that is not my extra attack. And that will do, if it hits, an additional D8 of damage. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, why'd you roll? Hold on, sorry. +2. Sorry, I'm just trying to see what that's for. Okay.
It's Dread Ambushers, I am 1d8.
Yeah, it's rolling the 8 with the bonus of the fighter. So that's an 18. But then that's the let's see, that's 13. But then I have the Dread Ambusher, which is the D8. Which do you want to count the one that rolled with the attack roll, which is a full 8 points of damage, or do you want me to roll it again?
Roll it again, so.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's why I was asking. One. I do an additional 1 point of damage to it. Fuck you, roll 20 for not rolling it correctly. So that's that. I still have an extra attack with my bow, because that's a feat of a ranger. So that is. Oops, sorry. Let me re-roll that. That's a 15 to hit it.
That hits.
Okay. That's for 9 piercing in total. And with that, I don't have anything bonus action I think I can do right now, or I want to. Because having bark skin up is nice. In case I need to climb down. Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Okay. As you hit it, 2 zombies come flailing out of it. And I will just, for simplicity's sake, they will share the same initiative as the corpse flower. But it is the Putrid One's turn. as you see a flurry of leaves circle around her. She's now up in the tree with you, Wimpy.
Okay, good.
As she starts saying in Sylvan, only you understand this, Cassian. You are no longer affiliated with the group with the sword. Master Namek has given me permission to kill you. As she reaches out to touch you.
Uh-oh.
No, bad touch, bad touch!
Yes, this will be a bad touch. That's, let me see. Read this spell description here quick. Make sure I'm doing this right.
It's thundering outside.
It's not even here. It
Okay,
comes
so yep,
to me.
that's going to be,
This
19
thing counts as
dear
Fey,
AC.
right?
What was that?
This thing counts as Fey, right?
Right. Well, actually, no, it's undead now, because it's undead.
Okay, it's undead now. Okay. I don't have it as favorite enemy. Okay, so undead 19 will hit.
Okay, then, as wounds burst out all over your body, as you just had my inflict wounds cast upon you. Where's my D10?
Ew.
Bark skin. Okay.
As you take 38 damage.
Woo! It's full.
That's spicy.
That's a spicy meatball.
It's gonna cast it at a higher level, so.
Yup.
And with that D10, what? It casts at level 5?
Yup.
Had to think about the average there for a second, and average on that would be that. DM brain creeping in. Okay. For challenge. Okay.
Gonna be honest, I do that in my campaign with you too, Wimpy, so.
That's probably its only level 5 spell slot. Probably. Just based upon challenge rating, so I'm not too concerned. But yeah, that dropped my bark skin.
But you didn't hear what she said, but you did pick up on the word Namek. Because that's a name, so it's said in the same, no matter what language it is.
As she's reaching to touch me, and she says, "I'm actually," and Eric's like, "I know that." Ah!
As she makes a long sword attack with you, that's like 8. I'm pretty sure that misses.
An 8 will miss. Yes. Bark skin only gives me 1 additional AC point, but it's 1 additional AC point.
Yep. Which can make or break, but didn't help you this time. But that's going to end your turn. Ajax, it's your turn, but first give me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw? Don't mind if I do. 25.
Okay, and I'm just gonna let you pass, so just to make sure I know you've passed, I'm just gonna give you that.
All right.
You saw Eric just a bunch of wounds just explode all over his body. As there's that undead Eldrin's in the tree up, holding onto a branch up in the tree with him. And 2 more zombies have appeared out of the corpse flower.
Fortunately, we have a plan. And that plan involves, as far as I'm concerned, these two dealing with that problem. So Ajax is going to thunder out of the out of this tree, going, "Hey, for Legion's honor!" and just so where's it? And cast. This is a bonus action. Get that armor up. He's gonna go take on a stupid plan. It's actually yes, exactly 45 movement to get it right there.
Okay, you need to make a let me see. Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. Don't roll low.
Okay, you are now safe from that check for the rest of the fight.
2 20s. Modified 20s.
2020.
I got 20/20 vision. It's all red. So, it's time for the attack. Good old ball.
They don't need to be that zoomed out anymore.
Here we go. Does a 15 hit?
15 does indeed hit.
Alright, so we're gonna lay on a good old smite. I think we'll do the level 2. Because that only goes off when I hit. So just for record. So it should be 3d8. This is not on. The plant doesn't technically count as undead, just plant, right?
Yep, the plant is just a plant.
Alrighty. First off, regular damage from them all. 10 bludgeoning. And let's add the 3d8. And that is 16 radiant damage on top of that. Followed by the next attack. Anime Jax. 25 to hit.
25 hits.
So be just a regular attack. Another 10 bludgeoning. And that is my turn.
Okay.
Remus be praised! Smack. By the way, in case you're wondering, he is trying to make himself a big of a target for zombies in the plants. Much.
So you see the corpse flower bulge and pulsate as it seems to like crunch something inside of it. As it makes some tentacle swings at you. First one's going to be 21 to your AC.
Nope.
Yeah, that's a paladin for you. How about 22?
Are we going by meets it beats it, or are we going by high ghost defender?
Usually it's meets that beats it.
What have I been doing? I forget.
I think you've been doing the meet it beat it.
Yeah, I'm pretty
There's
sure
only
I
one
have.
There's only one
on
campaign
a-
I've been in. that
On a
did it.
tie, usually how I do it, on a tie, a player wins, but that's usually
Yes.
how I do it. I like to be kind to players, but what are you rolling for? A save?
No, just a hit.
AC.
Just to be hit.
An 8 to be hit. If it meets, it beats.
Yeah.
Okay, so in which case that does meets it beats it, so it is 20, exactly 22.
Okay. Where are my D6s now? This needs a lot of D6s.
I do need to roll for concentration.
Yeah,
Okay,
unfortunately, AC ties I think are technically in the rule book.
Yeah. That's going to be 7 bludgeoning damage. And 12 poison damage. And then if you're using something concentration, gotta roll the concentration.
Concentration is based on I think the highest damage roll, so it should be.
It's half the damage or 10, whichever is higher, so you don't only have to roll 10 for concentration.
Yeah.
And technically it was poison, so I'm not gonna count that as the thing, so it would be the first one, so it would be 10.
Yep. I do have advantage on this.
Oh yeah, you keep concentration. But guess what time it is? Time for another tentacle attack.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah, there's no way the frickin' 8's hitting. But that means the zombie comes up to you and slams into you. Holy crap, zombie. What's adds to
He
that?
crit, did he?
He didn't crit, but it might hit. That's 22 to your AC.
That does hit.
Zombo, zombo, zombo.
And that's a 6 on the D10 or D6, so that's max damage of 7 of bludgeoning damage that slams into you.
Ooh. And here I go rolling concentration. Here I go rolling concentration again. With advantage. 18. Oh,
Good, you had that
Thank-
advantage. Where's the... Oh, you have Warcaster?
Warcaster. Thank God. Thank
Yeah.
the gods.
Literally, in order to fail, you have to roll a nat... You would have had to roll that nat 1
Yeah.
Twice.
twice.
As the other zombie moves towards you, Cassian. I need you to make 2 saves now that it's your turn. Both a Wisdom and Constitution.
Alright, does it matter which order?
Whichever.
Alright, let's do Wisdom first. Come on. 15.
That is going to be a fail. You are now charmed by the undead Eldrin.
And Constitution?
Yep.
Dang, I thought I was gonna get lucky. I thought that 15 was gonna do well. And I know, 9.
You are now... you failed both. You are now poisoned.
Oof.
So let's get a couple markers on you. That is the wrong thing for putting markers on.
Poison creature with disadvantage on ability and attack rolls. Ew. And charmed. Cool. Still my turn though, right?
Yep, still your turn.
I can still attack the zombie. But as I'm moving in to strike the zombie, I will yell up to Eric. She says you're not associated with the swords anymore, so she's been ordered to kill you.
Figured that part out.
And with that, I'm going to draw and strike with my crystal rapier. With disadvantage. Okay, it didn't just automatically roll, so I have to roll the second time for the disadvantage. That is a disadvantage. There's a 12 hit.
12 still hits because this is a zombie.
Cool. 8 piercing, 1 radiant damage.
Okay.
And then I have my second strike then.
Okay.
Come on. Well, as long as I roll higher than that. Yeah, 13 to hit.
Yep.
And yeah, 9, so, and another radiant, so 10 more damage.
Zombie's still up.
I think there's something else I can do here.
Can you
Yeah.
roll damage? Can you roll damage one more time, Zane?
Sure.
Okay. Sorry, I just looked like the formula was wrong on your radiant damage, but it's not. Okay.
Yeah. So, I will use my bonus action.
Oops, sorry, I'm
Oh, sorry, no, I had to do that beforehand. Shit, sorry. Didn't see I had to do that beforehand. It just says I would be able to imbue my weapon for do another 1d6 of my chosen type of damage with my crimson stuff.
Since it's your first time doing a fight with the character, I'll let you say you did it.
Thank you. So basically, a d6 of radiant damage.
As you stab it the second time, that radiant outburst just causes the zombie to explode.
And I also take 1d6 of damage myself for using it. And that is my turn.
Okay. Eric, you are up. You have an undead Eldrin in your face.
Okay, I need you to clarify something for me.
Uh-huh.
Okay, it's a stupid, crazy idea, so I will accept whatever you rule on it. But I have a magic spell, but it doesn't have a save if I use it against an opponent. I have rope trick, and at the end of the rope is an extra dimensional portal. Now, if I was to pull out a bit of rope and whip it at somebody, could I theoretically put them into that extra dimensional world?
Let me read the spell.
Oh, I love it. Ritual's faces abusing such an abuse of it.
Oh god.
Welcome to the rope dimension.
Because it says nothing about willing and unwilling creatures.
I'd say you can cast the spell to cast it. Would just summon into this turn. You would have to spend the next turn trying to get it into there.
So I could, hypothetically, cast rope trick, whip the rope at somebody with the end that has the portal, and they would be sucked in.
What I'm going to say is you'd have to tie them with the rope and pull them in there from the thing.
Okay, so I'd actually have to grapple, tie them up, and then cast the spell.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. That was going to be part of the plan anyway. So Eric's gonna grapple this elf-looking person and tackle them to the ground below. But before that happens, using an item on myself is a bonus action here, or is it not? I don't remember.
I'll let you use bonus actions for it.
Okay, I have a potion of healing in my pocket that's 2d4 plus 2, or...
Since none of you have a dedicated healer, I'll let it slide.
It says potion of healing.
Yeah.
It's not a lesser, it's... Okay.
That sounds right.
And I so rarely use items to heal for anything that I play. Because usually I'm stuck being the healer, and so I don't have any potions, so... Alright, so I'll use that. That'll subtract a potion from my inventory. And Eric's gonna grapple them to the ground. So we're 15 feet high. Eric's gonna gladly take that d6 of potential damage. And they're gonna need to make athletics. Because grapple is only athletics, right?
Yeah, you make the athletics. They can do a strength or dexterity, athletics or acrobatics of their choice to escape from it.
Okay, so I roll athletics. Okay. He's going Super Saiyan next level 13.
As you jump at them, they sidestep you and you fall out of the tree.
Okay, good thing I'm a cat then.
Roll me another acrobatics check.
Acrobatics, you said?
Yep.
My dexterity isn't bad. That's an 18.
You kind of do that roll and land here.
Eric lands like a cat, tail perched up on all fours.
I guess cats do always land on their feet.
And then he's going to... I still have 15 of movement. He's going to approach this way to hopefully lure them into a trap and a pincer attack. And that will be that'll be his turn.
Okay, let me see what said person wants to do on their turn here. Give me a second.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Okay, as she just decides to shoot you with her longbow.
Who's getting shot?
You are, Eric.
Okay.
That's going to be
sorry.
25 to your AC.
That hits.
It's going to be 8 piercing damage.
Okay, goodbye. What I heal from the potion.
And the second bolt's going to miss you. And I just got to do one more thing here. Okay, then. Ajax, you are up.
Ajax is gonna keep hammering away. They try to buy the other two as much time as possible. Let's see. First, he's gonna smash that zombie. He doesn't like that thing. 27 hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Bonk for 9 bludgeoning damage.
And are you smiting this thing?
Yeah, what the hell. I have the level 1 spell slot. Just for note. So, 3d8. Actually, no, yep, 3d8. So, please take an additional 13 radiant damage. Also, let me check something real quick.
So you basically hit the thing on the side with your maul, and then when you force that radiant damage into it, it just explodes into bits of undead viscera everywhere.
Let's see, while we're doing that... Bonus action, Inspiring Smite. So I think I'm going to need the additional temporary help while Ajax gets out of business slapping this plant with his maul. So 2d8.
Unfortunately, you're the only person within range of giving the self the hit points, so...
Yeah. So that's going to be 10 plus 8, so 18 temporary help. I'm going to give that to myself, but just... Again, I'm fighting this monster's plant, and there's more zombies just keep popping out of it. Sorry, guys. I would have loved to be in range and just... I need to... But it says immediately after using the smite. Anyway, second attack.
Yeah, because you get hit by a tentacle again, so, and those do a lot of damage.
It's still my turn. This is a 13 hit. If I still have extra attack.
13 does indeed hit.
9 bludgeoning damage. So do it now. My turn's ended.
So you see the corpse flower doing that same undulation and crunching happening inside of it. As he swings at you with his tentacle. That's going to be a massive 7.
No, just bats that away.
What are these rolls? That's an 8.
Once again, wrong button.
I rolled a 2, a 3, and a 2. Yep, that ends the corpse flower's turn. Cassian, you are up.
Cool.
You are still charmed by the one person, but let me check. You can...
Was I supposed to get a save at the end of my turn?
You are now no longer poisoned, and the other one you did not proc the thing for the save.
The other thing I did not proc the thing for the...
Yeah, the poison only lasts a round, so you're no longer poisoned.
Uh-huh.
And the other one, it's got special rules for it. It lasts for a minute, or something else happens.
Okay.
And another thing has not proc to get you another save on that, so you are still charmed.
I'll take off the poison then. And I will... Damn, I'm gonna try to do something. Then I'll aim at the creature then. I will stick my rapier, my crystal rapier, down into the ground and pull out my longbow. I will then use my... It is the... Sorry. Is this thing right here? Oh no, it's not moving anyway, so I don't need to do that. I will activate my Crimson Right. So I will take my 1d6 damage here. Damn. All my damage has been self-inflicted. Then I will pull back and let loose 2 shots on this corpse flower.
Okay.
Longbow. Does a 14 hit?
14 hits.
Or 6 piercing damage.
Okay.
Plus... Just had to make sure this thing does the right thing. Every your damage type and ritual damage lasts while you hold the weapon or until you complete the short rest. So that means each of my attacks will get the extra d6 of the radiant. Because I imbued it with the Crimson Right, so d6. 1 extra damage of radiant.
Okay.
And then longbow. 24 to hit.
Yup.
8 piercing damage.
Okie dokie.
And 2 radiant.
Okie dokie.
I'll curse at it in Sylvan Damn Flower. And that's where I end my turn.
Okay, Eric, you are up.
He is going to do this on himself. Oh man, that's good heal. Okay, that's not bad. 6, 8, 14. Puts me that. And they have their bow out, you said, right?
Yes.
That means they dropped their sword, right?
It's kind of like they shoved it into the tree.
Okay, but it would take an action for them to get that sword back, right?
Essentially.
Alright, Eric's just gonna climb back up the tree next to him. Give them that disadvantage on the bow attack and make them use the action to get their sword out if they want to pull it out. Makes sense to me.
Yep. And you've got the movement and the climb speed to do so.
Okay, that ends your turn.
Yeah, that would be my turn.
Okay, as the creature is enveloped by a field of the leaves again, disappears and is right behind Ajax.
Did they take their sword with them?
Yes, they did.
Okay. Damn. I was gonna take their sword.
But it's gonna reach out and go for a touch on you, Ajax.
Give you a bad touch.
Alright,
As you hear it saying something in Sylvan. Do you underspeak Sylvan?
Nope.
Okay, well, Cassian, you hear it say,
Leonin.
"Sorry, I can't let you hurt my babies." It's going to be 24 to your AC.
Ew. That hits.
Yeah, why do I roll good on the parts you don't want me to roll good on?
I don't know, man. You tell me.
Well... What the fuck?
How much damage?
Max damage?
No, you'll see. You'll see.
Well, we're waiting.
Okay, that was a roller coaster of rolls. As you get inflict wounds cast upon you, as you take 33 damage. I rolled a 1, 1, 2, 6, and then a couple of 10s.
Ajax hurt me.
But that does end her turn.
Also, I think I do have to roll for concentration again. Since
Yep,
that's
at which time it would be 12 you'd need to eat. No, it's sorry, 16.
16, alright. And that's 23.
Yeah, because half of 33 and rounded down would be 16.
Yep.
Yep. So, once again, Warcaster is doing, it's being itself very useful. Fortunately, it's also Ajax turn, and there is a very undead target directly next to him. So Ajax is going to turn, and let's see. I wonder, can the undead fear? Can intelligent undead have a suffer from frightened?
You don't know.
Well, let's find out. 'Cause I have
Okay.
that as a bonus action. What was that, Mr. Timothy?
Yeah, roll for it. We'll see how it turns out.
So, as the inflict wounds hits Ajax, he's just going to unleash out a daunting roar. Creatures of your choice, when 10 feet of you can hear you, must succeed a wisdom saving throw or become frightened until they act next turn. DC was 8 plus your prison bonus plus your constitution modifier. In this case, this is a 16.
Well, they make the save anyway, so...
On the bright side, we now know they can feel fear. It's not enough.
Tell me, android, do you feel fear?
Anyway. Let's see, everything else is concentration. So, smack. This is on the... What's the name person? First attack is 12.
12 will miss.
Putrid Flower. So I'm guessing 12 doesn't hit?
You're attacking the undead, right? Not the flower?
Correct.
Yep, that will miss.
Second attack.
I just heard some thunder outside.
Does a 24 hit?
24 will hit.
Buddies.
Oh boy, I guess you're real shame I didn't have some of this at a max does a large amount of damage to undead.
Yes.
You're real and we're using a second level spell slot, so that would be
4.
4 d6.
48.
48, sorry. Thank you. So 10 bludgeoning. And let's add that radiant. Let's take an actual 19 radiant damage.
As you see her kind of like see a smirk come across her face as you burst out and the blood like gushes out from you. She inflicts wounds on you. Only to like slightly laugh as you hit into her side. And then her eyes just kind of widen like, what the? As she's like slightly seizing from the radiant damage that has pulsed through her body. As you hear her mutter something in Sylvan back. Cassian, you hear that as, what the fuck?
I wonder if she has to make a concentration check since she put a charmed effect on Cassian.
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, damn.
I'll say this, the only thing that procs that is her actually damaging Cassian. Just so you know now.
Interesting.
That's all it says.
Well, also, Ajax in a bit of a pickle because he's now caught between two different creatures trying to kill him.
Okay, and speaking of which, it's tentacle time!
Yay! I don't like this ride.
And that's going to be 23.
That'll hit.
That's going to be 12 bludgeoning damage. What is it again? Poison. And 6 poison. Roll that concentration.
Yeah, Ajax is not looking good at all. He's very badly hurt. 28.
That's going to be 20 to your AC.
Does not hit.
And even less, so third attack misses.
A little help would be nice.
Cassian, you are up.
Cool. I essentially want to pick up my... You basically use my free item interaction to pick up my rapier out of the ground and charge his corpse flower.
Okay.
So I would be going... Wait, is that one of the spaces taking up right there? This one right here?
Yeah, so you could stand in the water right there.
Okay.
Water's only about a little between ankle and knee deep, so it's no problem getting through it.
Okay. So then I'd be able to strike it.
Yep.
Ooh. I can't attack her, but I can attack this disgusting flower
Mm-hmm.
and help my buddy Ajax, my cat bro. Crystal Rapier. Bonus action to switch the Crimson right back to my rapier. Thank God it's only 1 damage this time.
Okay.
And Crystal Rapier on the creature. With a 20 to hit.
That indeed hits.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. It's gonna feel that.
And I have my extra 1d8, or yeah, 1d6 from the Crimson Right of Radiant. For another 6. So that would be a total of 29 damage.
And with that, a zombie falls out of its body.
Well, with that, I can use the ability of my Crystal Rapier. This magic sword, blah, 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 extra radiant damage. The sword has 3 charges. When you hit a creature with an attack roll using the sword, I could expend 1 charge to regain a number of hit points equal to the extra radiant damage the sword dealt. So I will expend 1 charge to get 8 health back.
Also, Zane, keep in mind,
Mhm.
you're in 10 feet of me. So you gain a +3 to all your saves.
Saving throw. Oh, put all saves, okay.
Yeah, saving throws.
And then I will just strike out with my other swing. Crystal Rapier. Does a crit hit?
Yeah, a natural 20 hits.
So, damage. $29 plus 2d6 for the Crimson Right. Plus another 11 radiant.
Yeah, this
So,
plant's not
40.
looking very good.
So it just took 40 damage.
Nice.
That is my turn.
Eric, you are up.
Alright, is there any part of this tree hanging over the river?
No.
Okay.
Maybe some just slight leaves.
Still want it to be cool. So Eric's gonna run this tree. He's gonna proc his feline agility. He's gonna run this tree and jump behind and stab down with his short sword onto the undead humanoid.
The old plunging attack. That never fails. Bless you, Zane.
Thank you.
That's for the landing.
Yeah, you stick the land. It's not that far.
That's for the hit. That's a 25 to hit. Sorry, let me uncheck that. Either way, it's 25 to hit.
Yep, 25 will hit.
That is 10 points damage. And, well, I didn't use my action, so I can just, I can do my bonus action, or my bonus attack, sorry. That's a 20 to hit,
20 will hit.
and that is an additional 6 points of damage. Oh, I do. Okay. Eric's gonna do this right on top of his good buddy there, Ajax.
Thank you. Readers be
I forgot that was a
praised.
bonus action. I was coming to heal you. It's just like I had to do the cool stabbing thing first. So this is gonna be plopped right on top of Ajax. So.
Okay, and how much does that heal for exactly?
It's when they enter it, so at the start of his turn, he'll get healed.
Okay.
Right, if I'm reading that rightly, if you until the spell ends, whenever the creature moves into the spirit the first time or on a turn, it starts a turn there. Yeah, at the start of his turn, it'll do 1d6 healing points, and that has 4 charges in it. So that will be Eric's turn.
As you see the person kind of breathing heavily, you hear it saying, Sylvan, need to rethink strategy. As she is enveloped once again by leaves. And is now on the other side. Still within bow range, she's going to make an attack at you here, Eric. Ooh, that's a nat 20. That'll hit.
Ooh.
Luckily, the bow doesn't do as much damage. So that's going to be 16 damage.
Okay.
And it's going to make another shot at you, Ajax. Why, dice? Why?
Other than that, 20.
Yeah, it's another nat 20.
Oh, joy. Let's see if this kills me. Well, at least it downs me.
It's going to be 13 HP.
Oh.
You almost sound disappointed that you didn't get downed.
No, I'm just it's surprised that wasn't more. Because it just needs to be a little more.
As it starts running off into the forest. And that is you're up, Ajax.
How badly hurt is the plant?
It doesn't look too good. One of its
gave it a-
tentacles looks like it's about to fall off. It just doesn't look like it's in a good mood.
I gave it a couple pretty good hits last round.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for glory. Yeah, if he survives this, I'm hoping he survives this. He can just lay on hands and take the healing. Actually, wait, start the turn. Takes 1d6 healing points. So let's keep track of that first.
Yep. Let me roll that for you.
Oh, thank you.
That's a level 2. There you go. You got 5.
5 in total.
Yep. No modifiers on it. It's just a straight d6.
Yeah, that's better. So, anyway, back to smacking the plant. Trying to hit.
Okay, roll damage.
And we are going to smite, just to make sure it's dead. 11 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And let's see, let's go for another single spell too. So, single spell slot. So let's see, 2d8, 9 radiant damage.
Okay, how do you want this thing to die?
Yeah, I want Ajax to call on the holy might of Remus and just lunge down with all his might through, right through his thing and just have it burn out from the inside.
So yeah, basically you slack into this thing dead center, and Maul just sinks into it even further as just holy fire just erupts from all like the orifices on it, and it just collapses there, burning. Stinking to high hell, but it's dead.
Hey, this is a scream at Eric. Is a yell at Derek. Go after her. As he's going to tend to Cassie's and his wounds, like he yelled that we'll catch up in a minute.
She got away.
Well, she's running, so that's why. It's like, if anybody's gonna catch up to her, it's probably gonna be Eric.
Eric's gonna look at Ajax. You need to give her a lead. Make her think she's safe, and then I can find her with my intuition.
And I will say this, Wimpy, going across that river, you're not going to get... That's going to be rough terrain for you. I don't care if you have that special abilities. It's water. It's deep. So, anything else you want to do here, then?
Yeah.
No, Eric's gonna give her 5 minutes. Gonna give her 5 minutes. Also, Ajax, if you just want to stay in that portal there. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Get 12 hit points back. And Eric's gonna pop his last potion.
So, am I still charmed out of curiosity?
Yes, you're still charmed.
Alright.
It lasts for a minute, and you still got a few more rounds to go before it's done.
And once that 5 minutes is up, Eric's gonna cross the river. He's not gonna try and run. This time he's figuring this thing's gonna probably need to rest up. He's gonna find her resting. And he's gonna pull up his cowl, his cloak of elvenkind, which means he has advantage on stealth.
Well, if it's been 5 minutes, then I would be able to do this because you said 1 minute, so I can take that off.
Yep.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I have advantage on stealth checks, and then anything trying to make a perception against me has disadvantage.
Okay, so I guess with that, I say that's going to be a good place to end her for the day as Eric makes a trek to try to find her.
We just go ahead and put that roll down there. Natural 20 on the stealth.
Perfect.
He's over there.